Tonight, doubling down after being questioned by the Senate Majority Leader, Minnesota's governor is defending his extension of the state's stay-at-home order.
Plus, new details about what led up to the abrupt resignation of Duluth's city attorney.
And later, fewer tourists could be hitting Duluth and the surrounding area this summer, what it means for the financial future of the area.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. We are learning more tonight about what led Duluth City Attorney to resign. Gunnar Johnson had been on paid suspension since February as an investigation into his management style was ongoing.
Tonight, Johnson is reacting to that report and the allegations made against him. CBS 3's Jesse Slater spoke with the former city attorney and has more details.
An 88-page report, mostly redacted from public view, brings forth allegations made against former Duluth City Attorney Gunnar Johnson.
The investigation report is now concluded and was inconclusive at best.
Allegations which include harassment of employees' sick time, retaliation, discriminatory conduct, and targeting certain employees, all of which were found to be unsubstantiated by a Twin Cities law firm.
I supervise the office the way I would want to be supervised, straightforward with people, clear in my expectations, and sometimes blunt in what I say.
However, the report stated that investigators determined allegations of lax management style and Johnson making inappropriate statements such as, quote, "I can't fire people, but I can make their lives miserable," are substantiated.
It's an art, not a science, of supervision. I did the best supervision I could in the way that I felt was the appropriate way to approach the situation, and hindsight is always a little bit different, but I don't have any regrets on how things were managed.
Mayor Emily Larson wouldn't speak to details in the report, but said Johnson has made an impact on the forward growth and movement of Duluth.
Johnson was really important to the litigation for the Last Place on Earth, to the Cozy building that we've been working on, to many, many economic development projects.
Johnson stated while he strongly disagrees with the way things have been handled in the past couple of months, he feels he had to do what was best for the city moving forward.
It's not about me, it's about the office, and I didn't want to be a distraction from the city or the hardworking city staff, and it became clear that it was time for me to move on and do something else.
Mayor Larson said the opening for the city attorney position will be posted next week. In the meantime, Deputy City Attorney Stephen Hankey will continue to fill the role. The mayor said she does not anticipate filling that role until the pandemic starts to slow. For the full report, head to CBS3Duluth.com.
A Bessemer man has been charged with attempted murder after allegedly shooting another man in the chest. Gibbet County Sheriff's deputies arrested 26-year-old Timothy Wigman around 11 o'clock last night in Bessemer. The 26-year-old victim, Tyler Mackey, is in the hospital, but authorities did not share his condition or what led up to the shooting. They added that the public is not in any danger. Wigman's bail was set at $100,000.
Time now to check in with Dave Anderson for a quick look at the forecast. Hey, Dave.
Hi there, Kristen. Boy, last night's 20% chance for flurries sure paid off with a snow squall alert this morning and a couple of inches of snow for some towns. And now temperatures are getting very winter-like. It's chilly out here on my deck, and a few flurries are still flying. Some towns could drop temps into the teens by tomorrow morning. So let's talk about the flurry chance continuing here. Yeah, taking a look at the satellite radar map. We're still looking at a few snow squalls out there, and those should fade away, though, as the night goes on. Higher pressure's filling in, and that should make things a bit sunnier for tomorrow. Sunnier and a little bit warmer, too. We could finally push back into the mid-40s, at least for some of our towns. Taking a look now at what's happening as far as that day planner goes. We start the day 23 here in the Twin Ports. Could be as cool as 18 towards International Falls. Back home tomorrow afternoon, 45 degrees with sunshine much of the day. Sunshine on Friday, may become partial sunshine on Saturday. A little bit cloudier by Sunday, and we're still looking at a system coming across on Monday. What's going to happen then? I'll tell you about that whole 7-day forecast in more detail, of course, coming up in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. New at 10, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is under scrutiny tonight from Republican leadership. After the Democratic governor extended Minnesota's stay-at-home order on Wednesday, the Senate Majority Leader is calling the decision into question. And today, the governor strongly defended his decision. Esme Murphy brings us the details.
Governor Tim Walz paid tribute to those who have lost their lives to COVID-19.
Nothing more than any of us would want to do is to get back to normal as soon as possible, but we can't let wishful thinking drive us.
While the governor updated the state during an hour-long conference call, Republican Senate Majority Leader Paul Gazelka tweeted his opposition to the extension of the governor's stay-at-home order. Senator Gazelka also accused the governor on Twitter of erroneously planning for what Gazelka labeled a New York-style surge. Governor Walz fired back.
I hope that I am as wrong as can be about the needs on those beds, but all of the data shows me that I cannot risk that at this time.
The governor says with the peak hospitalizations under his modeling not expected until mid-July, he hopes those who disagree with his stay-at-home order will still follow the precautions.
I would hope that just because they don't support it, that they honor the desire. They do not put themselves or others at risk against what we know, and that we continue to work together.
Closer to home, St. Louis County is reporting its first COVID-19 death. County officials say the man who died was in his early 70s. They did not share what part of the county he lived in or if he was hospitalized. Neither Essentia or St. Luke's leaders could share any details. Officials say there are additional deaths in the county under investigation that could be due to COVID-19. They hope to know for sure by tomorrow. Of 5 new cases reported in St. Louis County today, county leaders say at least some are connected to St. Anne's Assisted Living. The entire downtown Duluth senior care facility has been placed under quarantine as more residents there are confirmed to have the virus. The first case at St. Anne's was reported over the weekend. The State Department of Health has not shared an exact number of patients connected to St. Anne's.
Health officials from St. Luke's and Essentia hospitals say social distancing and the stay-at-home orders seem to be working, but they're also asking Northlanders not to get too comfortable. At a press conference this morning, health officials say they're still expecting a surge of COVID-19 cases to hit their hospitals, though they're not entirely sure when that peak will hit. Leaders with both of Duluth's hospitals say they do know they need more equipment to fight that upcoming surge.
We're very grateful for these grants. We're grateful for purchasing of ventilators, but we don't have as many as we want.
As far as personal protective equipment, or PPE, goes, both hospitals feel they're well prepared today, but are unsure about the future.
Let's take a look at the number of cases in our tri-state region. In Michigan, there are now more than 21,000 cases with nearly 1,100 deaths. Wisconsin is reporting 2,900 cases and 111 deaths. In Minnesota, there are more than 1,200 cases and 11 new deaths, bringing the statewide total to 50. Worldwide, there are 1.6 million cases with more than 350,000 recoveries.
With so many people working and learning from home, access to broadband has become essential for many. Now a new partnership between Rams and St. Louis County is hoping to hear from folks who live in the county about the quality of their broadband. They're asking people to participate in a broadband speed test. It's a 1-minute test from any device connected to your broadband signal. The data collected will allow the county and other organizations to apply for grants, which will help provide better broadband access for everyone. Organizers say right now is a prime time to conduct the tests, and so many people are working and learning from home. They're encouraging everyone to take the test. We have that link on our website.
Fond du Lac Band has put measures in place to make sure their community is staying safe in this pandemic. Rita Aspinwall, a Fond du Lac spokesperson, says on March 13th, the band declared a state of emergency while also issuing a stay-at-home resolution. This has caused the cancellation of events and forced many to work from home. Aspinwall added the essential workers for the band take their temperatures each day and meetings are held virtually. She says everyone in the community is abiding by these orders from their elected officials.
When you're staying home, you're not only protecting yourself, you're protecting your family, we're protecting our upcoming generations, we're protecting our elders, and I think the Fond du Lac community has been responding well.
She also added that the band is doing public service announcements 3 times a week over the radio and on the Fond du Lac Facebook page.
Minnesota Democrats have released a plan aimed at protecting future elections from the COVID-19 pandemic. The plan sets out several legislative proposals. One would be sending out absentee ballots to all Minnesotans before the election. Absentee ballots would be accepted if they're postmarked by Election Day. Another part of the plan would hold early voting at polls 46 days before the election. They would also have more polling locations so that lines would be reduced. Lawmakers say their goal is to avoid what happened in Wisconsin during the state's presidential primary.
Look at the city of Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin this week, making it more difficult for voters to reach the polls, putting their health at risk by bringing them in proximity with each other, and again, forcing voters to choose between their health and their right to vote.
We did reach out to Republican lawmakers for comment about the proposal, but did not hear back by news time. For a complete list of proposed changes, visit our website.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, what the financial forecast is for the area as we stare down a quiet summer ahead.
And we'll check in with Dave Anderson for a look at your full forecast after the break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live, local, CBS 3 Duluth.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, certified nurse midwives Zeta Danaski and Amity Heimbach tell us about Essentia Health's comprehensive midwife program for low-risk pregnancies.
Essentia is now offering a midwifery program. So a patient can see a midwife throughout the pregnancy, and we have a 24/7 call service where the midwife will meet the patient at the bedside and attend the birth.
So typically midwives will spend more time one-on-one with a patient during their labor, giving them suggestions, position changes, different ways to cope with the discomforts of labor, whether it be getting in the tub or massage, as well as the midwives can also provide different medication interventions as well to help them with whatever they want in their labor and delivery.
According to Heimbach, women who use midwives typically have healthier pregnancies and are better equipped for a natural childbirth.
The patient would come in and see a nurse practitioner or a midwife for the first visit and talk about risk factors for the pregnancy, and then decide if you are a midwife candidate or if you should see a doctor for your pregnancy. Women want continuous bedside support in labor, and a lot of women want an unmedicated birth or a more holistic approach to their pregnancy. The unique part of this program is that you can have a full midwifery experience with the backup of an in-house obstetrician, anesthesiologist, and a NICU team.
For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
This Medical Insight was brought to you by Essentia Health. To learn more about the services we offer, visit essentiahealth.org.
Through all the world events since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by, ready to help.
It's dinner time in America, and the breadwinner arrives home from a long day at work. Now the family can sit down at the table, where everyone knows to be mindful of their manners.
Dinner time has changed. Our quality hasn't. Reynolds Wrap, foil made in the USA since 1947.
Well, last night we were keeping our eye on a small trough of lower pressure skirting along the Canadian border. It was fairly weak until it got a snoot full of Lake Superior moisture, and then we started to get snow coming down thicker than we expected. I heard a report of Island Lake managing 6 inches here in my backyard. About an inch came down rather than the dusting I was expecting, and they're probably too fine to show up on camera right now, but We still got some flurries coming down as the tail end of that system still drags its way out of our region. It should be gone by tomorrow morning. Higher pressure should take over, and we'll get some sunshine and some milder temperatures. Today was cool, and it was windy, but things are going to be changing. Let's get a look at the current conditions here. See how chilly it is right now at the airport in Duluth, and see how windy it is as well. Hopefully those winds are going to be slacking off. Northwest wind, it's going 13 miles per hour, so that's coming down a little bit. Tomorrow should run the range of about 5 to 10. Temperature is 30 right now at the airport, and our barometric pressure a little bit on the lower side for some towns and a little bit on the higher for others. Again, a low is leaving and a high is coming in, hopefully changing things up. Temperature-wise right now, we have a warm spot of 34 down towards Hayward, and is starting to dip a little bit towards International Falls at 27. By tomorrow morning, I think High Falls could be around 18, and Hayward likely will fall into the 20s here as cooler air comes to call in the wake of this departing low-pressure system and in advance of the approaching high-pressure system from the northwest, pushing in some Canadian air into our region. And so over the last few hours, yeah, those on and off snow showers have been popping up. Indeed, they're not quite as impressive as the look on the Doppler here right now. That exaggerates it just a little bit, but you can see the general trend is for things to be fading away. And so hopefully by tomorrow morning, then we get to say goodbye to the flurries for a little while and then say hello to some sunshine, because changes are coming our way as that trough leaves and higher pressures in to bring sunshine for Friday and perhaps partial sunshine on Saturday. But once we get towards the latter half of the weekend, things indeed could start changing up here, because there's a pair of low pressure systems to the west that are approaching our area, and one's an Alberta Clipper, one's a Colorado low. There is a 50% chance for snow in our area on Monday, but still at this stage of the game, how hard to tell how much. Some models are saying a fair amount, others are saying absolutely nothing. Now let's get into the forecast tonight here in Minnesota, where we'll see the low temps going from actually as cool as 17 around Ely to as warm as 27 right by the lake. So a few more flurries, then clearing, and that should be the general forecast for Wisconsin and the UP as well. Low temps there will be a hair warmer, running about 23 to 25 degrees. Northwest wind still 10 to 20 for a couple more hours before it starts to become more gentle for tomorrow. And tomorrow in Wisconsin and Michigan, look for a clear to partly cloudy sky. High temps will run the range of 44 to 47 degrees. Getting into Minnesota here now, high temps tomorrow should run about 40 to 45 with that partly cloudy sky. And now as we eye up the 7-day forecast here, we'll see that the weekend will start off with partial sunshine on our Saturday, and that could build towards perhaps on Easter a slight chance for a rain-snow mix. Getting into Monday itself, though, that's when I do think we have that 50-50 shot for snow, and it could try to stick. So bottom line is keep an eye on CBS3. Austin Haskins, Caitlin Moffat, and I will track this system as it gets closer to our region. And, you know, even the hardcore snow fans, I think, are finally ready to let go. So let's hope finally now this will be our last shot at snow, and real spring can finally settle in.
April can certainly surprise us with those snowfalls sometimes around the Northland, can't they, Dave? Thanks, Dave.
Tourism is a major part of the Twin Ports economy, but in the midst of the COVID-19 health pandemic, it could mean fewer people visiting. CBS3's Ryan Campos spoke with those in the travel and tourism industry about the financial challenges they're facing.
A $16 billion industry. According to Explore Minnesota, that's what tourism and travel bring to the land of 10,000 lakes.
The spring-summer season is our strongest season. We obviously have a significant delay in the spring-summer season. We hope that the travelers are going to be able to get out and travel, starting in May. We don't know, but we hope that they will.
While Edmund says it's too early to tell just how big of an impact COVID-19 will have financially, Explore Minnesota is surveying businesses across the state to get an idea of just how they are doing.
Half of the respondents had indicated it could be even up to 3 months before they're fully recovered. So our surveys just kind of reinforce the serious nature of this crisis and concern about the future. We don't know exactly what that future will bring, but right now there's a bit of trepidation.
Though there are many uncertainties, Day Tripper of Duluth, like many small businesses around the Twin Ports, is just holding on.
We've lost 100% of business right now. We can't do any tours at the moment. Again, people aren't planning vacations quite as much, just with the uncertainty.
Jake Boyce is co-founder of Day Tripper Duluth. He says he is confident they will be back in business for the busy part of their season, which falls from June through August.
As long as everyone plays along and does what they're supposed to, then we'll be able to have fun sooner rather than just kind of extending things indefinitely.
If you'd still like to be adventurous from the comfort of your home, of course, Explore Minnesota is offering virtual tours of iconic Minnesota destinations, music from local musicians, and much more on their website.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, celebrating a birthday during a time of isolation. Sounds impossible, but one local family found a way to make it happen. We'll take you to the party right after the break.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Take control of your time by signing up for Minnesota Power's My Account to get instant access, free online payments, track energy use, and more. Tap, pay, done. Register today at mnpower.com. Minnesota Power, we're moving energy forward.
Years fly by. Your retirement date keeps getting closer. Rather than spending another year worrying about retirement, get a second opinion on your financial strategy. Let us answer your questions and show you how tax reduction strategies can benefit your retirement. Go to MPPLfinancial.com to download our free tax reduction checklist. Then call MPPL Financial this week for a complimentary second opinion consultation. A second opinion could be your best 2020 financial investment.
Coming together makes us stronger. And Ford is built to lend a hand, especially now, with 6-month payment relief. Buy a new Ford. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months. Shop at Ford.com or contact your Ford dealer to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. You have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you.
Hi, I'm Stephen Ray. At Miners National Bank, we offer local originating, local processing, local closing, and local servicing. For your next mortgage, apply now. MinersMortgage.com. Miners National Bank of Evelyn, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Minnesota Power's mobile app puts the power at your fingertips and lets you take My Account with you wherever you go. Pay your bill, make account changes, track your energy use, and get power outage information anytime, anywhere. Minnesota Power, we're moving energy forward.
Pick your new Polaris from Duluth Lawn and Sports, the region's largest power sports dealer.
If you have a dental emergency involving pain or swelling, contact your local dentist. Do not go to the hospital. It's an unnecessary risk of exposure to COVID-19 and uses up valuable supplies. Dental offices are open for emergencies. If you have a dental emergency, please call your local dentist office.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Northland musicians are getting in on a national craze. It's called the Uncanceled Music Festival. Musicians can take part in virtual performances available for all to see. People have to pay to watch the performances on Stage It, but a portion of proceeds are donated to Music Cares. That's where any professional musician can apply for assistance funds. Especially important during this time when venues are closed due to the pandemic. Venues can apply to be part of the festival as well. You can learn more by visiting our website, cbs3duluth.com.
During this pandemic, celebrating a birthday can be tough, but a Hermantown boy was in for a special surprise on his 14th birthday. Connor S'more was greeted by family members just outside his driveway as they sang happy birthday and left him some gifts. The social distancing get-together was arranged by his grandmother, Lynn, who came up with the idea on a Zoom conference call with other family members. As you can imagine, Connor was overjoyed that his family was able to celebrate with him in a safe way.
I was very surprised, and I think it's just really awesome of them that they came
all this way from different distances to say happy birthday to me, and it means a lot.
Connor added he was looking forward to dinner with his immediate family to celebrate his big day, but this was a pleasant surprise.
Coming up in sports, UMD men's hockey won't be without defensive power next year. Kelly Hintzes shares who is coming in to reload. Coming up next.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Healthy Systems USA Spring Sale is going on now. Get a free bottle of Healthy Start Spray and lose 30 to 50 pounds in just 2 months with purchase of 1 month program. It's like getting 2 months for the price of 1. Use code FREESPRAY online today. Limited supply.
Don't risk life or limb cleaning out your gutters. With one simple click or call, Gutter Helmet will provide a free inspection and estimate to eliminate the dangerous chore permanently. Our certified installers will clean out, tune up, install Gutter Helmet over new or existing gutters, and clean up the work area in less than a day. Gutter Helmet blends in beautifully with your home, is engineered to handle the heaviest of rainfalls, and is backed by a lifetime transferable warranty, assuring you'll never clean your gutters again. Gutter Helmet, retiring ladders since 1981.
Each spring, thousands of wildfires are caused by burning debris. To ensure everyone's health and safety during the COVID-19 public health emergency, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is suspending all burning permits until further notice. Burning debris in DNR protection areas is prohibited. Help keep our emergency responders able to help those who need it most. Thank you for your patience. For updated information, visit dnr.wi.gov and search fire.
Your Lake Superior Honda dealers want you to be safe. And right now, you need a car you can count on and your dealer to go the extra mile. And while everything is changing around us, one thing hasn't changed: our commitment to you. That's why we're working to follow all government guidelines and doing everything we can to help you stay safe with a reliable car that's ready to go when you need it. For details, call your Honda dealer or visit shophonda.com today.
Our goal is an environment of decency, quality, and mutual respect for all human beings and all other living creatures. It's tremendously encouraging to see all across this country the remarkable interest on an issue, which is not only just an issue of survival, but an issue of how we survive.
A small idea, a world of change. Join us on April 22nd to commemorate 50 years of Earth Day.
The coronavirus story continues to change, both around the world and here at home. We know you have questions and concerns. At Live Local CBS3, our focus is to keep you informed and up to date on the evolving COVID-19 virus story. We'll continue to talk to healthcare professionals to get the information you need to know. Focused on bringing you facts, not fear. That's our promise. We're Live Local CBS3. Local for a reason.
Healthy Systems USA Spring Sale is going on now. Get a free bottle of Healthy Start Spray and lose 30 to 50 pounds in just 2 months with purchase of 1 month program. It's like getting 2 months for the price of 1. Use code FREESPRAY online today. Limited supply.
Welcome back into sports. Talking a little bit of softball at the collegiate level. UMD softball head coach Jen Welter announced that she has signed 10 new recruits for the coming season for UMD softball. 2 of them are right in our backyard here in the Northland. She signed Kiana Bender of Cloquet, who had a monster junior season with the Lumberjacks, and is the younger sister of UMD men's hockey winger Kobe Bender. She will play shortstop. As well as Esco's Dia De Leon. They're actually line mates on the CEC girls hockey team. De Leon is an outfielder. The UMD softball team graduates 5 seniors this coming spring. The NHL released their rankings for the 2020 draft. That includes North American skaters, and that includes UMD commit Wyatt Kaiser, who told me today that he is coming straight to UMD next season to play. Originally, Kaiser was slated to play a year of juniors, but instead he's coming to the 2-1-8 to reload the UMD D line. Kaiser helps the Huskies to their first ever state tournament this past spring. Hermantown senior Blake Biondi comes in at number 64 in the NHL rankings. It's worth noting that Biondi's 47 goals this season ranks among the top of all skaters ranked, high school and other leagues included. But we'll talk about Hermantown a little bit more in a second. Other future Bulldogs: Steinbach Pistons Carter Loney at number 67 and St. Cloud Cathedral forward Jack Smith, who comes in at 189. In terms of non-future Bulldogs from the Northland, former Cloquet Esco Carlton defenseman Mason Langenbruder comes in at 131. He spent his senior year at Eden Prairie, and Greenway senior defenseman Christian Miller comes in at 205. Now, the NHL draft was originally scheduled for June, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, it has been pushed, and no details on a new draft are out at this time. Well, speaking of Hermantown, we've talked a lot about the Hawks in the last few weeks, especially this week. Of course, that list that I just mentioned includes Blake Biondi. And while we have this time to reflect on the year that was in terms of hockey in the Northland, how about Hermantown? Here's a list of things that the town can hang their hats on hockey-wise. Number one, Hermantown boys hockey muscled its way all the way to the state championship game, coming one overtime goal shy of claiming the school's fourth state title. And sticking with the high school level, the Proctor Hermantown girls had an outstanding regular season as well, coming one game shy of the state tournament. And most recently this week, we reported that Dylan Sandberg became the most recent Hawk to sign with a professional team, joining Hermantown alum Neil Pionk.
Don't let anyone ever tell you can't, because I'm sure Dylan and I were both told that. Just sort of because we're from a small town in northern Minnesota, you know, it's we've proved that you can get there. So keep working hard and keep dreaming. It's a little more fun too with my youngest brother on the team, on the high school team. But I even read reports on how good the youth program is. Obviously, the high school program has been good for the last few years here, but it's another trickle down effect through the Bantams, through the Kiwis, and even all the way down to the Squirts. Obviously, with my youngest brother still being in hockey in Hermantown, we hear those kind of stories, and I think it's really cool for me to hear.
Now, when the NHL season resumes next year, Dylan will have a chance to hopefully play at least one game, hopefully more, with Neil Pionk as well. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Choose to make a healthy difference in people's lives and join our team. Visit EssentiaCareers.org.
Coming together makes us stronger. And Ford is built to lend a hand, especially now, with 6-month payment relief. Buy a new Ford. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months. Shop at Ford.com or contact your Ford dealer to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. You have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you.
Make your house a home for a lifetime with Scott Diedrichson Construction. From siding, windows, roofing, decks, and doors, we deliver the highest quality of construction and remodeling services for all of your needs. Call or visit us at scottdiedrichson.com today and set up an appointment to receive your free estimate. Scott Diedrichson Construction, restoring the beauty of your home.
Hi, Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz here. During this unprecedented battle against the COVID-19 virus, I want to say how grateful I am for Minnesota's willingness to help one another. I also want to make sure that I say, continue to watch your local news stations. Local news and local newspapers are putting out facts and not fear, and that's what it's going to take to get through this together. If you need more information, please go to the Minnesota Department of Health website. Together, Minnesotans will defeat this and come out better on the other side. Thank you.
Sports are my passion and the love of my life. And when you watch a sportscast, the biggest compliment that I get is that you seem so excited about what you're talking about. And that's not an act for me. Who doesn't want to see someone, deliver their news in a fun way? So if you love it, I love it, you're going to see the authenticity that I think I bring to CBS3 Sports.
Watch sports with Kelly Hinseth on CBS3.
I want people to tune in, and I want them to see a friend, because I'm a mother and I know how hard it can be. You're doing all these things and then you have the child and then no one talks to you about how lonely it can be. Who do you lean to? Who do you connect with? This segment is very important to me because I get to work, but I also get to work on my passion.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with Leanne Valdez on CBS3.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
Check out this video we were able to capture at Spirit Mountain this morning. This is that snow squall that Dave was mentioning early, moving into the area this morning. It was a rapid moving system that coated portions of the region with a wet blanket of snow.
And we'll leave you with this beautiful live look at Duluth's area lift bridge lit blue tonight. It's part of a nationwide campaign to light landmarks blue to thank essential workers during the COVID-19 pandemic. Anger Tower will also be lit blue tonight. If you take a picture, you can take part by using the hashtag LightItBlue and put it on social media. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow.